We are indeed.
Oh, hello everybody. It's Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide time. We're going to have some fun tonight. I don't know about you, but I am rocking and raring to go. My name is TheSchwanz27. I am joined in the booth here by Goku Black. What's going on, Goku?
It's going pretty good. We're seeing this interesting draft race. As you can see on the screen, we need 3 of 6 characters, 9 espers, and 4 dragons. However, the 4 dragons are mixed into the pool of bosses, and bosses are random instead of shuffled. So this might take us a while.
Yeah, so possible repeat on the dragons. So in order to defeat 4 dragons, it's going to be 4 unique dragons, not just necessarily 4 blanket dragons, right? So we might have to kill more than 4 dragons, depending upon what we see, which will be pretty nuts. Some other options include a skip at 24 checks. So that is the little green imp that you see on the trackers there. So that is not for Kefka unlock, that's for skip. We're just going to keep track of it anyway. We also have a couple of objectives that also deal with dragons. So in addition to needing 4 dragons to unlock Final Kefka, 2 of them will get you an experience egg, and 4 of them will get you plus 20 speed and plus 20 magic power. So a lot of dragon hunting going on today here, Goku.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely agree with that. Also, the standard Doma Dream Awaken gives us the sword text as well, so you get a sword tech user and Cyan, that'll be really good.
Yeah, so we also have NPC set to remove, so we can potentially sequence break our way into even more checks with this seed. We do have a wealthy start, 100,000 GP, 10 warp stones, 10 phoenix downs, and 2 sets of tools to go along with the 3 Moogle charms. And our rewards are generous, meaning instead of experience times 3, we'll get experience times 4 after every fight. Gold and magic points are multiplied by 6 instead of 5. And magic spells cost only between 25% and 75% of original. So we're going to be a pretty powerful bunch in here. We also know that we are starting off with Edgar. So let me mark that off on the tracker right now. We do have Edgar with jump. So we know one of our 3 characters. But remains to see who the other 3 are going to be. And it looks like we'll probably get off and running just about now, and here it is. Let's see who else we're going to be getting.
Mog and Gao.
Okay.
Sword Tech Gao.
There you go. So we're definitely hoping for a Cyan here, as then that means we can get the almighty powerful Sword Tech 8, which would be incredible. I also really like starting with Gao because you get the dried meat. You get basically a free check there, and the Serpent Trench is really good for early levels early on. Genji Glove, Red Jacket, first 2 chests, and a Muscle Belt. Wow. Genji Helmet as well for Drink's Glue. Meanwhile, Sonic the Jester and Jexfarok. We didn't introduce our runners, but those are our 3 runners in tonight's seed. They're in World of Balance, Narsh. Goku, I probably would have went World of Ruin, Narsh, to yeet away the door to get that Curse Shield count and the free reward there. But we could at least trigger Lone Wolf here in the World of Balance. Actually, I lied. It looks like Sonic the Jester is in the World of Ruin. My bad. So let's see what this first reward is here. Out of Logic, Narsh Weapon Shop.
It's an Esper. It is... Did not take the Esper.
Okay. That's real interesting there. Because we do need 9 of them in order to unlock Final Kefka. If we do find Terra somehow, some way along the seed, though, we can get that Esper. 13 is our Curse Shield. I think that's the max, isn't it?
I hate Curse Shield. Double digits. I don't know about you. Ugh, gross.
Yeah, 13's a bit much. Even if we were learning Ultima, and in this seed we're not learning Ultima, that is 13 is a lot. I think 8 or 9 would probably be my maximum with a Gao start, because remember, he has the ability to get anywhere from 3 to 5 battles in the Serpent Trench, and you could actually take some grind fights with the Moogle defense as well. Snow Muffler getting purchased by Drinks Glue. Remember, we're starting with 100K. We balling out here, Goku, early on in the seed.
Brock is just deleting everyone. More NPCs do. What did
Yeah.
those NPCs do?
Listen, Sword Tech Guy has cost me many seconds over the life of my Worlds Collide runs here. And it looks like we're getting the Edgar discount in the World of Ruin South Figaro here. If he is in the front of your party, everything in shops is half off. So even that 100,000 GP we start off with is going to get stretched out further. And we'll see if Jexfarok decides to take the Espers here, or Seraphim here, whereas Sonic the Jester did not.
I would have went for the Esper. Just think about it. That increases the scaling a little more in your experience and stuff. So I would have went a little more on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see like a Magus Rod being too important right now.
Absolutely, and there is some dried meat for Drinks Glue, which is really nice with the Gao. So where is that? To Zen? He's in World of Balance to Zen. We'll see what the Thief is going to show us here maybe in a second, see how much it is. There are different prices from the World of Balance and World of Ruin, but only in the World of Balance we do see a shiny stone, and it is Siren, which is a really nice one to have there, Goku.
Yeah, Siren is really good, especially on Tier 2. What we're going to find later. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so all of our runners are at 1 check apiece, but that 1 check is different for Drinks Glue than it is for our other two. We'll see where our runners decide to go. There's $20,000 Super Balls in the shop there, and with $100,000 to start, that means we could buy up to 5 of them. So we'll see if Sonic the Jester goes back for some of those Super Balls. 48K in the World of Ruin, so definitely cheaper in the World of Balance there.
Whoa, and we are seeing a curse shield starting to get uncursed on Jexfarok's screen. I did see that.
Yeah, I mean, the Paladin Shield still is the best defensive item in the entire game. It will absorb 4 elements and nullify 4 elements, so it's great to have. The only problem is you just got to wait a long time to uncurse it, and Drinks Glue, with that dried meat, is heading over to the Veld before fighting anything else. So he's just going to be feasting on some Lobos until he actually gets the reward here.
Yeah, for sure.
Looks like we got a Sketch Edgar, or is that Sketch Mog? Sketch Mog and Jump Edgar we already knew.
I probably would have put the Curse Shield on here if I was going to just do this right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Lobos don't pose. They don't pose a great threat, right? It's the Curse Shield will give you really bad stats, but a Lobo's not going to kill you.
Yeah.
Famous last words.
Oh, and we find our science!
Oh, that is super duper nice. He is hungry. He's going to give us some meat. So, Goku, after you're done with the Serpent Trench, what do you think? Do you think we're rushing Cyan's Dream right afterwards to get that
Sword tech
unlock?
Yeah, for sure. That sword tech is going to be really good. Health's not so bad of an ability, but we definitely want that Cyan for that sword tech unlock, for sure.
Also, special shout out to A Silverthorn in the chat, resubscribing 14 months in a row with the Prime sub. Thank you so much for your continued support, both monetarily and coding-wise, of our great game here at Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide. All of the Twitch subs and donations go towards a future marathon run that our runners may be involved with that gets donated off to charity. I don't know if we have another one upcoming. We have submitted a few, or for a few, I should say. So we'll see if we get accepted into one of them, and then we'll be using the donation money towards that. So thank you so much for that donation money.
Yeah, for sure. Never a bad thing to do stuff for charity, in my opinion.
All right, so it looks like we got some dessert here on Drinks Glue's screen, some flan. Unfortunately, these enemies are just plain annoying because you fight 1, and then you fight 2, and then you fight 3, and this fight just takes forever. It's one of the more annoying fights, honestly, in Worlds Collide. It's not gonna hurt you because they don't really do too much. This is going to be a very time-consuming Serpent Trench here.
Be honest though.
Flan is delicious, yes.
Flan or flan? Flan or flan?
Flane? Is that what you just called them?
I said flan. Flan or flan? Flan or flan?
It's probably flan for these guys. They don't look too appetizing.
Kind of like in Final Fantasy X, there's one version of Titus is called Titus, and the other there's Final Fantasy X version, and then there's a Kingdom Hearts variety, and then that one's called Titus.
Of course. Oh, and another mob you don't really want to see is the level magics, but thankfully we've got plenty of warp stones here.
So I don't know specifically which one it is. I mean, I've always pronounced it flan. So
yeah.
I mean, pick your poison, I think.
Definitely doesn't look like dessert to me, so I'll go with flan as well. All right, so we got a couple more fights here in the Serpent Trench as Sonic the Jester is heading on through his Velt fights right now, which is always fun, especially with the RNG component. Meanwhile, Jexfarok is still looting down here in the South Figaro basement. I don't think either of the other runners went down here to loot, so they're off and running because the South Figaro basement is got a great density of checks down here. It's not often you see people skip the South Figaro basement.
Wow, that's a lot of dried meats that they bought.
Listen, adventuring gets you pretty hungry. Gotta have that jerky.
Well, it's 11, and I was not expecting that. I was not expecting 11 dried meats. Oh, man. That's a lot of meat.
That's enough meat to feed your party almost almost 3 times now with Cyan here. It's a ton of meat.
Fair. That's a good amount of money that we're getting, though.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, you can kind of see, maybe if you enhance and you zoom it up in the lower right-hand corner, that one of the picks was Wealthy Start. Not Wealthy Start, I'm sorry, but Generous Rewards. So we're going to get more GP than we usually get in Seeds. So expect, not only do we have increased XP and MP, but the GP will be increased beyond the 100,000 we got to start off with. And that is a Magus Rod at the end of the Serpent Trench. Yikes. So you could have had that for free instead of sequence breaking in behind. So that does count as a check for Drink's Glue towards Skip, but definitely not something that we actually want to see, Goku. We want progression.
Yeah, we got progression, though. It's Cyan.
And that is true. And Magre also subscribing with Prime. That is 3 in a row for him. So thank you so much, Magre, for your continued support. And we appreciate it. Big ups to you. Yeah, so with the settings of this seed, Goku, where we need to defeat 4 dragons that are shuffled into the boss pool somehow, would you incentivize going to checks with bosses at the end of them? Or would you sort of continue to do what these runners are doing, which is just get your levels underneath you and then go from there?
Well, I want to get levels before I fight bosses. That's kind of a situation that you want to be in.
Mm-hmm.
But, get your free checks, get your fights in, and then go straight to the bosses. You don't have to, And I would go for the spots that have the most boss fights in them.
That makes sense. Not a character here at the Doma Siege. It is, however, a purple octopus that will not be giving us any XP in spite of our generous rewards. Chupon will be coming out next to sneeze us all away. Yeah, I agree with your stance. Let's get some levels first, and then if we get like a Sabin later, per se, and I would be skipping out on Imperial Camp because that would be, again, another one without a boss fight. Checks like that don't have bosses. Or don't have dragons in them, right? Because Ancient Castle doesn't have a boss, but it has a dragon, which could potentially be a dragon, or it could be a whatchamacallit, just a regular boss. Hype Train as started. Nobody War, also with the subscription. He is also the person doing all of the restreaming stuff for tonight's race, so make sure you say what's up to him. So thank you, Nobody War, for your subscription as well. Odin is the heir to the throne. That's what Jexrox has found. So he's ahead of all of our runners in terms of Espers so far here.
Yeah, but in terms of characters, we're kind of tied right now. With Sonic the Gesture and Prince Blue.
Yep, so there's not going to be another character here at Dome of Siege, and unfortunately, Drinks Glue doesn't have a lot of offense here. The fight command is terrible early on, which also happens to be Sword Tech. I'm not quite sure what Cyan had, but it looks like it's just, let's hit, oh, he's got health.
Yeah,
Health is not bad early on, but not something you want from Cyan, as finally Chupon is sneezing everybody away.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, so that fight took a while. So maybe Drinks Glue is thinking to himself, hey, I gotta go find some offense somewhere, as that is another Esper for him. We did see fire rods for sale in one of the shops. I don't remember on whose screen we saw it, but I definitely saw some rods somewhere. And it looks like Drinks Glue is going to head over to Mobliz, perhaps to make a play to go look for some offense. I really like this, as Sonic the Jester gets his second Magus Rod of the Seed and his fourth check.
You know, if you're thinking, okay, I'm seeing this offense and it's not really that great. You know, you go to, then obviously my first thing is, okay, where's the fastest way I can search for the offense. And
yep.
this is what Drinks Blue is doing, and it's so nice to see.
Yeah, so potentially we can go to a couple of dragon spots for free, right? We can go to the Opera House Dragon pretty easily. And even if it's a boss and not a dragon there, you still will get a high tier item from finishing off that fight, because technically it's considered a check. So I don't know if one of our runners maybe want to go do that, or if they just say, hey, I don't have anything that I could do here. I need to go ahead and find some offense. And I think Drinks Glue is going to find some rods here in South Figaro, I believe. So we'll see if he buys them. Meanwhile, Sonic the Jester is also taking some shopping kicks here on his side. It looks like he's about to head into the Dome of Siege check as well. We'll end up getting their second Esper, assuming they beat the Ultra Chupon fight.
Yeah, they don't really have a whole lot of money right now. We're going to get that money.
Yeah, I mean, we started with 100,000, but more money, more problems. Oh, there's a flame shield rather, in that shop there. Selling off the Mega Elixir. There it is, 30,000 for a flame shield. So that will teach us Fire 2 in a hurry. So that's something really nice to see. So that could be considered your offense right there, is just use Flame Shield on probably Mog, who's probably got the biggest magic power at this point. A nice death proc there on the Reach Frogs from Jexrock. Jexrock finding a very good fight. This will yield him a ton of money as well.
Yeah, taking advantage of that instant death weakness. I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I wonder where he found. He must have learned it on one of the two Espers that we have. I know that the Esper that was at the Seraphim Esper that was behind the weapon shop did have Berserk on it, but I didn't see any other spells. That might have been the one there. And unfortunately, the Reach Frogs have jumped off screen. This is another one of these annoying grind fights that take forever.
The Reach Frogs give a ton of money.
Yeah, and it's going to be even more with the higher rewards. So Definitely a good fight to find here, as Drinks Glue is very poor at the moment after buying the Esper and buying the Snow Muffler and some other accoutrements. So he's looking for some offense. And there you see him talk to that old man, and he says that curses will last for 13 battles. So he knows that the curse shield is 13. So that's why he's not going to World of Ruin Narsh right away. And there's that fire rod I was talking about earlier. I knew I saw it on somebody's screen. I'm glad I've been vindicated.
He was 1 second away from losing that gal.
Yeah, that was a close one there. But Jexy getting huge payout there from taking on those Reach Frogs. And Drinks Glue looks like he's going to head up to Lone Wolf and then maybe do Kefka at Narsh as well. We'll see what Lone Wolf has for us.
I mean, yeah, Drinks Glue did the one time they had 2 characters when they did Kefka Nerd, so I don't see this being something that they wouldn't do.
Yeah, I would have to imagine that your gal with sword tech is going to be someone that you're going to want in your party that fights the boss. Maybe Mog to learn those spells. Maybe Edgar because he's got good equipable pool. And that is a ghost sprite there at the top of Kefka at Narsh. As Sonic the Jester finally gets blown away. A couple of very long Ultros Chupon fights there for that second Esper.
I don't really see them not going for this, just because they've done it before. I would not think that they would do it now before they did the Lone Wolf check, though.
Yeah, because you do get teleported down to Arvis's house, so
Yeah, there
we are going to see what is at the top of Lone Wolf here, and that is an Imp Sprite, so it's either an Esper or an item. So we know what the one choice is, and we don't know what the second one is until Lone Wolf falls away. I think Jexrock is still looking for dried meat, perhaps. Pearl Lance is the high-tier item, and Drinks Glue's going to go for it, because that is a weapon for Edgar to use, right? Because he's got natural jump and naturally will equip all of those lances. So that is perhaps a nice one there. So now that Cyan can use the stunner and Edgar can use jump. So thinking about ways to upgrade his offense besides just the flame shield there.
The thing is, you could actually go to the World of Ruin and get the other one too.
That's absolutely correct. I didn't even think about that. All right, so it looks like Sonic the Jester is following Drinks Glue up to the top of the Narsh here.
I don't know if you picked the second option if that becomes available. The first option, anyway.
I didn't see what was in the Coliseum from Jexrock, but considering he didn't take any fights and is now flying away, it was probably gutter tier garbage. And it looks like he's going to finally start at 20 minutes in on the Veldt. So Jexy a little bit behind here in terms of where he is relative to the other players, but he also has much higher levels going into the Serpent Trench than our other 2 runners. So these fights will be over rather quickly compared to everyone else. And Dullahan weak to fire, so those fire rods are definitely going to come in handy here for Drinks Glue, as this boss won't take very long, I don't think.
Yeah, especially if we get a Pearl Rock.
There it is. So 2 fire rods and that boss is done there.
I mean, technically we had a jump along with the...
Yeah, but, true. Dispatch did 200 damage. The fire rod did 3,000. So I'm thinking the dispatch was insignificant damage.
I saw 500 on the jump.
Okay. All right. Well, 500 is still nothing compared to 3,600 damage. So,
but Edgar still put in the work. Okay,
that is true. Edgar was helping. Unfortunately, that is a red cap here. And we're going to learn what the other choice was from Sonic the Jester. It is an Esper Carbuncle. So Drinks Glue, if he decides to go back to the Narsh Mines in the World of Ruin, as you mentioned earlier, Goku will find himself with an Esper.
Are we having problems on the end there?
So it looks like his Twitch is going all twitchy there. Hopefully we'll get him back in just a second. Jexvarok, meanwhile, gets out of that scary fight, even though one of his characters got petrified. So we might see some shenanigans here upcoming. Meanwhile, Drinks Glue heading into the Moogle defense check here. And it looks like he's not going to be dodging these characters. I think he wants to perhaps learn some more magic spells here, and I'm all on board with this thinking. Especially with this Chimera enemy that does give out a lot of MP.
I'm curious. We have not gone into the dream yet.
Yep, that is surprising to me too. I would have expected one of our runners to head there basically immediately, given that we have somebody with sword tech. So interesting. We'll have to ask them about that afterwards. I could understand it maybe from Jex's point of view because he hasn't done the Serpent Trench yet, but the other two runners have already gotten their levels. Maybe they're just thinking, I want to do checks that are very quick. We do have Sonic the Jester back, and he does have the vanilla game knowledge that these are undead enemies, these Humpties, so they can get revivified and break their fall off the wall. I don't know. There's a nursery rhyme in there somewhere.
Yeah. Definitely there. That's definitely a good thing to have, but they're also very weak against fire, so that's a thing.
Yeah, I don't know if Sonic the Jester picked up... Oh, okay. There is a flame shield on his screen, so he must have picked it up when he was in South Figaro the first time there. Meanwhile, another pretty nasty fight here in the Serpent Trench for Jexvarok. I didn't even see this fourth fight here.
I did, and I think both of our other runners said nope.
All right, and it's a time waste of a boss, Narappa. Narappa is also considered instant deathable.
But has auto-reflect on.
Yeah, so if Mog was about to doom Narappa, he'd be in for a rude surprise right now. Oh no, don't do it, Glue.
Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it!
Oh
no!
Oh no.
Oh, no.
F's for Drinks Glue in the chat. Gilvin0622 says 20 years of FF6, never knew Humpties were undead. That is one of the great things about this game, is that you learn something new every time you play, and thankfully Mog with a dodge there. Otherwise that could have been a catastrophe.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Another dead check. Wow. Lots of dead checks so far. Between Serpent Trench and Kefka at Norsh and Moogle Defense and...
They were all but one of them I think was dead.
Was Doma Siege? No, Doma Siege was an Esper.
I'm talking about all the Narsh checks we've done so far. I think only one of them was not dead.
The Lone Wolf did drop an Esper, but Glue happened to not pick that choice. He decided, I need offense right now. I got to get this Pearl Lance, and it looks like he's not going back to get it right away. However, he is going to Cyan's Dream, so it looks like, Goku, we're going to get what we thought we were going to get before.
On Drinks Glue's end, are we gonna go into the Moogle defense now?
We probably will be for Sonic the Jester here, as I believe Jexy gets a third Esper.
I mean, I would have thought, okay, if your need to heal, you would, I don't know, go back and like save and heal the free heal before doing this as a safety measure. But no, we're not seeing that.
When you bring your party back together, I believe you do get a heal.
Yeah, but you don't heal before the boss.
On Sonic the Jester's side, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were talking about glue. I'm sorry. I got all confused. Unfortunately, we don't have any ice magic for this fight, so this one is going to last a long time, too. With Curly, Larry, and Mo. We want to take down that fire stooge first, but we only have fire, too. And fire rods.
I think you have a Pearl Rod, I think.
Yeah, I think he bought a couple of those, so you could definitely use that. And as Star Power L points out in the chat, is this even randomized, bro? We can have multiple bosses show up multiple times, and yet Stooges happens to be in their vanilla spot. Meanwhile, Jexy going down to the Edgar loop in the World of Ruin, seeing a soldier sprite before going into the Figaro engine room. So this is going to be an Esperin item down here as well. So a little bit of divergence there as Drinks Glue hammering down that particular Stooge there with that Pearl Rod that you mentioned earlier.
No, that was a Pearl Lance Pearl Proc.
Oh, okay, that's even better.
That was a Pearl Lance. Edgar landed on him and he just did the proc. The Pearl Proc. It was amazing.
And one of the nice things about Larry here is that he's susceptible to instant death, but he's also can get burnt with fire, and that's exactly what happens. Another Magicite there for Drinks Glue. That is his third of the seed.
In the first 28 minutes, we've seen quite a lot here. Turnover over tentacles. That's not a hard fight.
We've seen a lot, but you know what we haven't seen, Goku, is any dragons.
I did not see what who was a character in Esper.
That was another ghost sprite running across the Phantom Train as appropriate. So we are going to get an Esper here at Cyan's Dream number 2 because this has to be progression.
Yeah, it's guaranteed progression, guaranteed character Esper.
All right, and that's Tritox. So Jexvarok has the Esper lead here, and that is a Flare and Speed +1 on that Esper, so that's a nice one to have earlier on in the seed. We do get +20 speed for killing 4 dragons, and we need 4 dragons to get into Kefka's Tau, or rather to unlock Final Kefka. The problem is we have no idea where those dragons are, because they are shuffled in or mixed in with the bosses.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Glue taunting the ghost?
No, actually, I think he was running him over.
Well, Drinks Glue testing out the internet's theory that you could walk right through a ghost. There it is, folks. There's your proof. And Sonic the Jester is heading right into Cyan's Dream as well. So top runners are basically retracing each other's steps, and Jexvarok, as always, ever the wild card, is in a completely different part of the world. And this is one of the things I love about watching worlds collide here, is there's a Thunder Shield in a chest. That's a really nice pickup.
This is why I like to go into the route of Edgar. It really pays. One time I haven't seen anything great in Edgar's part.
Was that an ice shield? There was an ice shield there in the pot in Doma's castle. Cyan was packing. Oh, and this is not a dragon either. It's a Dueler Marshal fight. This one's not that fun. Glue, though, with the heads-up gameplay knowledge, knowing that all 3 of these are actually susceptible to instant death. So using Sword Tech 3 on the 1. And Jex is digging in Monster in a boxes, and we find some PM Stalkers here. I like finding that fight because it's very easy, and you get decent rewards from it, including some XP and some MP, which normally you don't get in Monster in a boxes. Meanwhile, Drinks Glue is not a multiple of 4 or 5, so this fight is not nearly as bad as it could have been. And let's see what the reward is down in the Ancient Castle. Now, Jexvarok can take on the dragon here, but if it's a boss, he has to fight it. And Sonic the Jester learning the hard way that you got to take out the Fire Stooge first, bringing Larry back to life there. Yeah, and when you got 3 Stooges on the screen, after 3 turns, you get dealt a hit. Alright, so it is a princess down in Ancient Castle, so this is not a character either. However, it is an Esper. So Fenrir, some calmness protection. That's a nice one to find, Goku. I don't know if your mic is muted, Goku. You can't hear me. Or you stepped out for a second. Maybe you stepped out for a second. Anyway, so at this dragon spot is Atma. So this is not a dragon here. And that is Phantom on the throne of Doma. So drinks glue up to 5 Magicite right away here with 10 checks. Jexrock using the Super Balls here. Very nice. Yeah, so far our only character has been Cyan. And it looks like there are no characters in Gao's checks, and no characters in Mog's checks, and there are no characters in Kefka at Narsh. So, there's no characters in Edgar checks or Mog checks. The only character is Cyan at the Velt. So that means, chat, that our next character has to be at either... no, because we just saw Dream. So our next character has to be at Mount Zozo. Who do you think is going to be waiting for us at Mount Zozo, chat? I'm going to go with Setzer. Setzer's a gambling, mountain climbing man in Mount Zozo. All right, Goku's saying that his internet is out. So, me and Nobody War will have to hold down the fort until he gets back. And at the Opera House Dragon check is Tritok.
I haven't seen one yet, man.
Yeah, so I didn't see what the reward was from the dragon at the Ancient Castle. I completely missed that.
I didn't see it either. And I was watching that so hard.
That's all right. We're going to find out what the reward is from the Opera House Dragon, which is now a icy chicken, not a fire chicken. And this is not the offering that we're looking for in this monster in a box here with the Master Pug. Yeah, so Dream was 3 for 3 on Espers. That is a Genji helmet from the Opera House Dragon. That's just all sorts of awful. That is a check, though, so that's another check down for Drinks Glue, because dragons do count as checks. Drinks Glue, remembering that YMPC is on, he unfortunately is going to try and get the Terra reward. Unfortunately, he doesn't have Terra. So when he gets all the way up to the other side of Mount Zozo and he YMPC removes the boss at the top of the tower and goes into the room that's supposed to have the reward, there won't be anything in it. So this is quite unfortunate for Drinks Glue. I don't think he's ever tried to do this before, and there's a lot of weirdness with YNPC remove in Worlds Collide. Sometimes they programmed it so you can get the reward, and sometimes they programmed it where you can't get the reward unless you have the character. And this is one of those instances where you need Terra in order to get this reward. Meanwhile, Jexrock sees the writing on the wall, and he's going to have to go to Velt in order to get his character. Still not a dragon here. So maybe Drinks Glue did this just to see if this is a dragon or not.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, it's a thought.
Yep.
Although at this point, like I mentioned, I don't know why you wouldn't just go get your next character and just keep going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Go to Magitech if you're going to go somewhere hunting.
Right, because that is 4 potential bosses, which may be 4 potential dragons.
And like I said in chat earlier, Glue and seeds like this, I'm surprised he hasn't dove into the Kefka's tower and checked the Inferno spot and the cell spot and taken.
Yeah, that all takes
I mean?
so much time, though.
How many bosses in there that you can potentially get to so early.
Wah, wah, wah. So Glue is disappointed that he did not get any reward. So technically, that doesn't count as a check. Beating the boss doesn't count as the check. Picking up the reward does. So he's going to be still at 11 checks. And Goku Black is back. Welcome back.
Yeah, internet. Sorry about that.
That's all right. You got to tell the people working outside, stop stepping on your wires, man.
Oh, that's an egg.
Oh, okay. Egg in a chest.
Nice.
I mean, we will get one when we eventually find the second dragon. We got to find them sometime, right?
Yeah, for sure. What did I miss?
So our last character has to be at Mount Zozo. And the chat is guessing who is going to be the character. We have a Celeste. We have Yeti. I guessed Setzer. What are your guys' guesses? Who do you think is going to be here at Mount Zozo?
Terra.
Realm Terra. Well, Terra is just to rub salt in Drinks Glue's wound for going to do that check. So here comes a dragon check. I wonder if he just resets if this is not a dragon, because that's what I would do. Nope, he's going for the check anyway.
Yeah, Short Tech 7 is just...
XP scaling is pretty high. You can milk that egg at this point.
Yeah, but you know what? At some point, he's just going to want to find the dragons and stop taking fights.
Yeah, it's almost 40 minutes in now, almost.
Oh, that's not good.
Also at 38 and 55 in, yeah, there's absolutely nothing in that Coliseum there that we could see anyway.
Thank goodness.
Maybe some Dragoon boots, but we already have... Oh yeah, if Gao queued up Sword Tech 8, that's a Nuff Jigglypuff on his party with the overflow.
Yeah, that's your dad.
Yeah, you gone, you dead. You go to hell and you die.
Yeah, you're dead if that happens.
So let's see what's at the end here of Mount Zozo. It's Shadow.
Shadow! That opens up a free check.
Oh, you can hear the music. Quiet. I'm kidding. You can talk.
A peekable check and a 3-parter guaranteed progression.
Yeah, so you know what's also nice about the floating continent is there's actually 4 bosses up there, so there's more opportunities to get your dragon fix.
You drink Glue. You just got Shadow.
Ooh, he's got Rage. That's my guy right there. That's a Shadow you like to see.
Shadow with Rage.
You just got Shadow. You opened up some more checks. Where do you go first?
Well, we are not doing Gao Manor because there are no bosses there. I would go Velt Cave first.
Yeah,
because
just so you
then
can
you
peek
can
it
see
for the reward and get out.
Yeah, you can see where we want to go. But I think nobody wore, to your point, Drinks Glue looks like he's going to Magitech Factory. Yeah, he's going to sequence break
That's a
into
good
there.
move. I would try to get as many bosses as quick as I can. If he does this and Floating Continent back to back.
We did pick up an Atma weapon earlier on in the seed, though, so he's probably got that experience egg on whomever can use that Atma weapon. So I'm guessing Cyan could use it, and that's why he's still in the party in lieu of Shadow here.
He put the egg on Gao.
Interesting.
He might have moved it. I didn't see.
Well, Gao with the experience egg makes sense because it's Sword Tech 7.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Normally, I like to put my experience egg on my Sword Tech user if I can't unlock all of them with Dream, because I know I can get to 7 maybe at level 44 or whatever it is, right?
But it's just the fact that you're making your Sword Tech user more powerful.
Ooh, Jexy also opting for the Pearl Lance over the mystery reward, which we know from Shonik the Jester is another Esper. Interesting. So we'll have to ask our racers about that maybe in the post-game interviews. But Jex Rock is quickly deducing that his progression has to be at the Velt. Pretty linear seed so far. Got to thank myself for rolling this one. And Glue has to talk to Ifrit, not to Shiva.
I actually didn't know that, so I learned something new today.
There you go.
I just always talked to Ifrit because that was the thing he didn't even know. But
You can talk to Shiva to get the reward, though, after you beat this boss. But that's the key, is after you beat the boss, and it's still no dragon. This is Guardian here. As Sonic the Jester gets Shadow on his 13th check. So yeah, I'm pretty confident. Unless we run into 4 dragons in a row, we're gonna get skipped this seed, guys.
Yeah, we're what, 13 checks in? Drinkslu's almost got 14 checks?
Yeah. Well, remember, the Magitech factory is out of logic, right? So there is no character guaranteed to be behind here, right? Whereas with Shadow's checks, you're guaranteed to have a character there because every seed of Worlds Collide is finishable, 100%able, whatever you want to say. So
it may not be fun, but
no.
it sure is doable.
Yes.
I don't like the doable but not fun things.
Alright, so Drinks Glue gets Ifrit from the Ifrit Shiva spot. How appropriate.
Does that
that's another check.
Was that HP plus 100%?
So
there was a 50% HPS per earlier that he had too.
Yeah, so that would be good to put on your Atma weapon user for sure. So chat is speculating about how to make this seed the worst possible seed, and they're saying dragons on all the statues. That is a possibility. So to your point, nobody wore before, right? If you wanted to rush into KT just to see what you had, right? I mean, we wouldn't find that out until we got Skip, but we would find that out at some point.
Yeah, I think that's a good strategy, especially in a dragon hunt seed. Just in general, you just have the opportunity for all those boss encounters.
That was a cat hood there, another dead check, but that at least is a halfway decent item.
Yeah, and we are going all in.
Yeah, might as well here. There's 2 more bosses we could fight at the end of this.
Dragon on a train?
It is,
I think we get a dragon on a train here. What about you?
It's not a train, it's a cart.
They're
There's a difference.
Yeah, we already went through one train, right? The Phantom train in Cyan's Nightmare. If all the dragons were in KT, that would be evil.
Let's see, how many... would there be enough to have all 8?
You don't have to have all 8.
No, but I'm saying spot-wise.
No, there's only 6.
Yeah, there's 6 bosses or 6 spots. No, there's not. There's 2 dragons, there's Atma, there's Inferno,
so
there's Guardian.
Yeah.
That's 5, and then the 3 statues. So there are 8. You're absolutely right. However, since bosses can be repeatable, there only has to be 4 unique dragons in this seed, right? Because the seed has to be completable.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking maybe have all the KT bosses be dragons.
Yeah, that would be disgusting.
Jack's got his cyan.
All right, so Jex Rock is finally back on the right track, and he just has to go to Mount Zozo to get his next character, and he'll be right back in this, basically. Because, even though it doesn't look like he's still in it because of the numbers, right? He's behind in checks, he's behind in characters, he's behind in espers. It doesn't matter. Whoever finds the 4 dragons first is the one who's going to be in the lead in this race. And since nobody has found any dragons yet, there's no real lead yet. Or at least that's how I see it. How do you see it, Goku?
I see, okay, we do have the character Esper requirement, and in my opinion, it's pretty... It's pretty low, but it's just the matter of fact of, okay, where are those 4 dragons, just 4 unique dragons, and where are we going to find them, right?
Yep.
Where are we going to find them, and then when are we going into KT at that point?
Jack's getting the egg as well from Mount Zozo, and it looks like Sonic the Jester is going to clean up the Edgar route. And it's not a character here in Magitech Factory either.
Where is there?
Which was fine, right? It didn't have to be, because again, this is sequence broke. And that's the second Welk I think we've seen, and that's the second Welk in Magitech Factory. Right? Wasn't there one at the beginning of this?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Gao just swung hit against the shell 3 times.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is that enemies and boss abilities are of random elements, so that's why you see the Welk shell casting some ice spells. That doesn't really come up until now. At least not that I saw, anyway.
Yeah, I didn't see anything too crazy, but that can get pretty hairy sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Also, the Sword Tech command is one of the only commands that does not allow the weight trick to be performed.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you're charging up that bar, as you mentioned, everybody's ATB still fills up. So you can get into kind of weird scenarios, especially with Kefka's Goner charging phase, where you might think you have 4 turns, but if you're charging up Sword Tech, you may screw that up real bad.
Yeah, especially. But it's good in the fact that you can easily do some pretty good damage. It's just waiting for that bar to fill up.
Oh, yeah. Well, thankfully, we sped that up in Worlds Collide. Otherwise, Sword Tech would be awful to use. All right, so Jex is now even with the rest of our runners with 5 characters, so he's just a few Espers and a few checks behind.
But I do like this play from Drinks Blue. They're saying, okay, we have guaranteed progression here.
Ninjas on the screen. See you later.
I actually don't mind fighting ninjas and Fiery Dragons, especially with Sword Tech 7.
Nice heads-up play there from Sonic the Jester, stealing the elixir from the Master Pug and then piecing out with the Smoke Bomb.
Oh, it's a vanilla trap chest, by the way.
Oh, that's right, it was. I forgot that guy is there. Alright, so let's see where Jex Farok goes to next. If he goes to Velt Cave, and that's...
Yes.
Oh, the Mad Lad. The Mad Doc himself. He's seeing what is going on in KT.
Oh, baby! Here we go!
Would you overload the right party? I mean, you gotta kill...
no,
you're probably getting skipped.
Yeah, center first.
Well, I mean, you could have your scrub bench player in party slot 1, and then have your other 2 characters in party slot 2. Because there's 2 bosses per party, right, on those sides.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Alright, Fenrir for Sonic the Jester, so that's Esper number 9 for him. But again, where are these dragons?
Get a dragon in the sky here?
Well, we get 2 bosses here at the beginning of the Floating Continent, and it's another Atma.
No.
Oh no, that is... we did see this spot, I forgot. And yikes. Yikes.
I'll catch a reward this time for us.
Minerva Steel!
Very nice.
Edgar can't do anything this time.
Yeah, unfortunately, jumping with that Pearl Lance is a bad idea.
Yeah, Cascadas absorbs Pearl Elemental attacks.
Ooh, no. Quasar from Atma. Okay, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that wasn't that bad. Yeah, N and D is on.
No, it's not normalize and distort. It's random element scaling. So bosses can pick spells that are different elements than vanilla. Which is why you saw a flare come out from Goddess, and Jexrock is teeing up for the first boss here. I think he's going to want to go to the save point first. And he'll probably just... oh, did I? I'm sorry. That was my mistake. It was phase shift. So enemy and boss abilities are of random elements. That's the...
Terra.
Hey, my girl.
You were close, Goku. You said Terra was the next character, when she in fact was the next character.
Hey, I had to be right at some point.
Well, we might have to find all the characters in the seed, depending on where the hell these dragons are.
I missed the reward again, guys.
Age of Shield. Age of Shield.
Nice. With chance with the eyes.
Yep.
Aiden and Kitty.
Yeah, so this is the Inferno spot, right? So he's got to beat this boss in order to see what the dragon is? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Natural Magic and GP Rain for Terra. At this point, we've got our party pretty well set, with Edgar with the jumpy, Cyan with the swingy, Atma weapon, Mog casting magic, and I almost said Goku. Wow. Gao with the with the sword tech.
Yeah, I would love to have sword tech, alright? I would be one to have sword tech. I would love it.
There you go.
But I am not in this seat, so...
Yeah. Well, what about you guys, chat? If you wanted an ability, what would it be? I think tools would fit for me. I just want to chainsaw somebody in half, like Doom Guy,
No.
It'd get a little messy, though. I'd have to wear a smock. And it's another Ultros Chupon fight here for Drinks Glue at the middle spot of the Floating Continent.
I would love to have Shock. I don't know about you, but that's pretty cool.
Alright, so Sonic the Jester here is heading over to the Velt Cave, so we're going to see some new information from all three of our runners. Blitz is another good shout. That's another good one. So the unfortunate thing about Inferno is that Inferno doesn't count as a check for Jex Rock, but these other two dragons and the Atma spot do count as checks. Glue getting another piece of Magicite there.
Dragon!
Hey, there's our first one. And we don't have any ice spells. Yay!
Yeah, and Mog just got blowfished right in the face.
Oh god, so one dragon is in KT. That's already pretty bad, but let's see how many others are in here.
Okay, let's vote. How many dragons do you think are in KT?
As we mentioned, there could be, well, we already saw Haydn was one of them, so 7 is the maximum you could have now. So pick a number between 1 and 7, since we know that there is 1. I feel like we're doing the big key guessing game from A Link to the Past. Oh no, it's a statue boss.
Yeah, not for an Esper. Not now. You gotta get out of that one.
Yeah, he already has 9 Espers. That is not a dragon. Drinks Glue, unfortunately, missed with the cleave. I don't think I've ever seen cleave miss.
I have before.
I guess it misses if you're not susceptible to instant death.
It's not that. It's the fact that cleave can miss. It's a very low chance, but I have had cleave miss on tier 1 and 2. I've had it miss before.
I've never seen that, and I would be quite upsetty spaghetti if that happened to me personally. So that is our first dragon of the seed in Kefka's Tower at the Toilet Atma spot. Yuck.
We are with that one. I think they pull in the lead, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You have to give Jexarock the lead for finding the first dragon. He's going to get his Espers and characters. Alright, let's see here. Not a dragon. We'll see if Jexarock wants to reset or if he decides to take this. Because remember, Go ahead.
Though it is pretty easy, so I can see if you think it's super easy, how they just take it anyway.
Yeah, another Esper there for Drinks Glue. So he's at character and Esper Go mode. It's just got to find the dragons. You do get a high tier item drop since this is technically a dragon spot, even though that is not a dragon that you've just beat. So he is going to get a high tier item here, and that is a snow muffler.
Snow muffler, automatically goes on log.
Here we go.
Because he can naturally use it.
All right, so Sonic the Jester is following Drinks Glue up to the floating continent. This is going to be... well, we know that Terra was logically our 6th character. Now our 7th character has to be behind one of Terra's checks, and it's not Welk. So choices are in chat: Leet River, or Sealed Gate Cave, or Mobliz, or Zozo, which Drinks Glue already went to.
Oh no.
Oh god. Yep. There's that reset.
Talking about Jexfrog.
Yep.
Oh, he tried to steal from me. I'm like, if that was Sword Tech 8, because Gao got hit with that charm, that would have been a very, very dangerous situation on Drinks Blue's side.
Yeah, so what happened was Jexrock ran into Doomgaze, and since it's not a dragon, he decided, nah, I don't want to do that. Alright, so it looks like Jexrock is going to be scouting ahead. What do you think of this play here, Goku?
So, they might end up killing 1 or 2, maybe 3 of the bosses, but they might end up noping out at the same point.
Yeah.
They do have 2 teams where they're pretty good, and later on, this would
the shadow character is not going to be able to do anything against whatever that boss is.
Yeah, but
right?
I'm just saying you would send all of your other characters to where Shadow is.
Oh, right.
You take care of the other bosses down here, and it will save you time.
Yep.
That's where I was going with it.
No, that makes sense. All right, so Drinks Glue here, getting yet another Magicite and another check under his belt. And for him, right, I would go to see what's at Mobliz. Because we know that one of them is going to be Funbaba, but what's that second boss? And we already know what the Zozo Tower boss is, thanks to him. So his options are really Leet River or Mobliz. And actually, he hasn't done Belt Cave. And here's a statue boss inside of Kefka's Tower. The second time we've seen Doom this seed. Yick. And with Cyan Frozen, this is going to take a while, too.
Yeah. Did he not do the dream?
Who? Jexrock? I don't think so.
Kind of surprising.
Yeah, no, he didn't. Well, he decided that he wanted to go for Kefka's Tower and see what the heck's in here. Because he had 5 characters. I think that's what he was waiting for. He was waiting to get to 5 characters to do this sort of trickery.
Yeah, you gotta admire his determination, though.
Yeah, I don't hate this play, right? Because you're going to be in Kefka's Tower at some point, fighting these bosses with either 2 or 3 party members. You might as well do it now.
Here's another Magicite for Drinks Glue.
Yeah, was he going to reset when he sees Doom?
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Doom o'clock.
Hey, guess what? It's Terra.
Yeah, so Sonic the Jester picking up their character go mode. Again, we're just looking for our 4 dragons here, and Jexrock is the only one that's found a dragon so far in Kefka's Tower.
We are seeing on Drink's Blue side. We are not taking it. We're just going straight.
Yeah, because if this is a character down here and it's not, then we have to see what the second boss is. And if it's not a dragon, then we reset out of here. Okay, so now we know with our character, right, Goku is not at Mobilis. So it's either at Leet River or Zozo Tower. So is Drink's Glue going to get punished for trying to do Zozo Tower too early? Or is he going to have to go on the Leet River ride? Actually, Sealed Gate also is a possibility for our next character. So those are our three. Those are our three spots. So chat, help me out here.
I vote Leet River.
You want the Leet River? Nobody War? What do you want? You're gonna be naughty or nice to our... Oh, it's another Narappa. So that's a reset there. I'm gonna be nice, I guess, and say Zozo Tower is where our character is. So they're gonna feel bad for Drink's Glue, but...
I go for the mean, nasty one and just say it's gonna be Elite River.
All right, so what is our boss up the middle here? Jex Rock. Oh, it's another
dragon! It's 2! We're 2 for 2!
Dear God. What have I done?
Did you roll the seed?
I did.
Wow.
Wow.
Why did you do this to our runners?
All right, so our second dragon here, the Gold Durgan, starting out with Launcher. That's fun. Because again, random element ability scaling. All right, so Drink's Glue is going to check the Tritok spot for a dragon. He's going to check this spot for a dragon here. So we'll see if he is in any luck at all.
We do know that there's at least 2 dragons in KT.
Which is disgusting. Absolutely wretched.
Hey, you rolled this, so...
That is true.
Buddy.
That is true.
Take responsibility for your action.
Oh, hey, look! Another dragon!
Hey, it's the Gold Dragon that we're going to have to fight later.
It's the Gold Dragon in 2 different spots, starting with a Grand Train. So, some lovely spells get thrown out at our runners. So that is the second dragon for Jexvarok, and this will be Drink's Glue's first.
Technically, it's not a spell. Technically, Grand Train is a lure.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, and as Nobody War points out in the chat, we need 4 unique dragons. So even if Glue goes into Kefka's tower with 2 dragons, and he gets to the Poltergeist spot for his other dragon, and it's the Gold Dragon, he's going to have to warp out. And Jexvarok reset on whatever that boss was, so I'm assuming that wasn't a dragon on Shadow's side. Let's see what's on Edgar's side here.
Genji Shield.
All right, last statue up for Jexvarok is... Oh, no! Oh, no!
3 dragons! KT!
Oh, no!
Dragons! I called dragons! How dare you do this? How dare you do this?
Oh, we're having fun tonight, everybody.
Swans, this is all your fault.
Yeah, okay. My bad. All right, Drink's Glue noping out of the Piranhas fight. Yeah, this is awesome.
This is all your fault, buddy.
Listen, these runners did it to themselves as far as I'm concerned. They're the ones that drafted the flags for this seed.
Yeah, but you're the one who rolled it.
That is true. That is true. All right, well, we've got 3 dragons in Kefka's tower. Unfortunately for Drink's Glue, he's already fought one of them. So, oh boy, this is awful.
All right. Now,
so I think Okay, now that Drinks Glue's going into Kefka's tower, he's gonna find at least one of these dragons. So Glue might be at an advantage here, but Jexvarok is clearly doing the Lord's work here, going into Kefka's tower and flushing that out for us.
Yeah, we've figured out that there's 3 dragons in KT.
Yeah.
Thank you, Swans, for doing this.
Unfortunately, this floating continent. Oh no, this is the place he needs to go, right? Because it's Terra and 2
Terra
Espers?
here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's Terra. Terra and 2 Espers. He loaded up 3rd path.
All right.
Okay.
So Glue is gonna fight. Whatchamacallit here?
I don't think he's gonna fight whatchamacallit. Wasn't it Haydn?
Yes, you're absolutely right. It was Haydn first, and then at the Atma spot. Was it at the Atma spot that was our first dragon? No, it was at.
It was the
Yeah.
toilet.
Oh, was it Toilet
Yeah.
Atma?
Yeah, and it was Red
Oh,
Dragon.
God. So Glue isn't even going to find it. That's awful.
Gonna split this party up.
Yep.
Gosh. Oh, we're getting destroyed by Sortex 7.
Oh, no. At least it wasn't Sword Tech 8. I guess that's the only consolation there.
Go! Just destroying the party.
Alright, so it looks like both Drinks Glue and Sonic the Jester are heading into Kefka's tower. Both of them will clear the Kefka's tower and only have 3 out of 4 dragons. Meanwhile, Cyan gets revived as a zombie, so that should be fun. Thankfully, he's got the Atma weapon, and Atma weapon deals damage based on your HP. So with an HP of 0, it's not going to do very much damage to anything. And the fight's over anyway. Meanwhile, a floating goddess awaits Jexvarok.
Wait, is health? What's health based off of?
Atma weapon damage is based on how much HP you have.
Oh,
And since you have 0 as a zombie, it doesn't do very much damage.
yeah. But
Whereas if you have the Valiant Knife, it's very, very bad.
Oh, yeah, I've been in that situation, believe me. Believe it or not, I have been in that situation many times.
Yeah. A little bit of a sync going on here. Well, almost sync between our top runners who are looking for dragons. They will be very relieved when they find one here. The red dragon. Okay, so chat, we have some discussions to discuss. That's a sentence. So we need a 4th dragon somewhere. Where do you think this 4th dragon's going to be?
Which Terra check is it going to be?
It doesn't
Late
have to be.
River! Late River!
It doesn't have to be in a Terra check. It could be in a Strago check that we don't have yet.
Well, you're right, but where's our 7th character then?
Yeah. Well,
It's
we
in
gotta
a-
find.
It's got to be in a Terra check.
Yeah, that is true. Our 7th character has to be at either Sealed Gate Cave or Zozo Tower or Elite River. Those
Maybe
are
the
our 3
dragon's
options.
buried in the 14th characters check.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, listen, these guys chose these options. I'm not going to apologize about my seed.
Actually hoping for
We want to see at least 9 characters,
Strago,
right?
Strago to be the next character, and then they have to do Fanatic's Tower
Oh
to
God!
to to get their Lost Dragon.
And it's
And
not
it's
the
at the
dragon
very
spot,
top.
it's the final boss.
So
Yeah,
it's the
it is.
dragon at the top.
Yeah. I'm hoping there's a dragon at the top where normally the boss is, not the dragon, and they have to fight it.
Yeah, so you could go into Phoenix Cave right now, You just wouldn't be able to get the reward at the end of the Phoenix Cave.
Oh,
so
I forgot about that too.
That's a place where you could find your next dragon.
Hey.
And Glue is gonna find his pain and suffering. Okay.
No, we're not a multiple of 5. That Sword Tech 7 is really doing work right now. Why do we even have Cyan in our party? He doesn't have the Atma weapon. Oh, yeah, Quasar.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think he's got the Atma weapon.
That, I think, is what most of our runners have been using. Although Sonic the Jester has Shadow in lieu of Cyan, so we definitely have multiple party compositions going on here.
Because he's not... You would think, if he had the Atma weapon on, that he'd be swinging. But he's not. So that tells me that he doesn't have the Atma weapon on. I do know that...
He's got an Illumina now.
I do know that Jexrock, yeah, Stunner. What do we do? Lumina? On Mog?
Yeah, why not? Lumina will give you +7 magic power, so even if we're just using it as a stat stick, it's one of the better stat sticks in the game.
And the best shield.
No, no, it's not. Paladin Shield gives just as much.
It's outside of the Paladin Shield, it's definitely the best defensive weapon in the game, for sure. It gives you so much evade that, you don't get hit by attacks, basically. Alright, so Drink's Glue is continuing in Kefka's Tower, is going to send his party up the middle path here. And we know that at least one more dragon is in this middle path. However, it is the gold dragon that he has already defeated. So this is going to be a bittersweet moment for him.
Yeah, and on the right side is Storm Dragon, so...
He'll be able to peek it at least, but he won't be able to defeat it. Sonic the Jester there, letting the dogs out. And is he noping out of this?
Gonna have Doggo,
No, it looks like he's gonna... Well, he knows it's not a character. He just doesn't know what the boss is here. And the first fight is going to be the normal Fun Baba fight. But the second one is your randomized boss. And in this case, we know, because we already saw Drink's Glue try this, that it is not our other dragon.
No, wasn't it Doom or something like that?
I don't remember.
It was some... It wasn't an easy boss, I know that much. I just don't remember entirely what boss was.
Maybe it was our other Narapa? I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, I think it was Narapa, now that you mention it. I think it was Narapa. And we just noped out because it's just a waste of time at this point.
Yeah, Final Kefka is not going to be a problem for us because we have had so much. And when we eventually kill our 4 dragons, because we're going to have to at some point, we get +20 magic power and +20 speed, and there you go. Okay. I guess I was right. That doesn't happen very often.
Hey, it's alright.
Muscle memory. Alright, and Drink's Glue taking out the first boss here. He's using the save point, and it looks like he's going to peek these other bosses. I didn't see what this boss was, so now we can actually get a look at it on Drink's Glue's screen.
I hate
it is Kefka.
Kefka.
I think Kefka was in Kefka's Tower twice, wasn't he? No, he's at the end of the floating continent here. Never mind.
Yeah. we were fighting him on the floating continent, and now we're fighting him in his tower before we fight him.
I knew I remember seeing him at least once.
It all makes sense. We fought him twice before we fought him.
Alright, so Sonic the Jester gets his KT skip objective complete with those 24 checks, and Drink's Glue finds the Storm Dragon. So Glue knows there's at least one more dragon in the tower here.
It's Gold Dragon time.
Yeah, the gold dragon that he fought earlier.
Yeah,
But-
he's not going to be
Poor
thrilled
guy.
about this. He's not going to be thrilled about this one here.
To be fair, he is stronger than he was before. But isn't gonna make it less.
All right, Jax, where are you going to go now that you have Terra? It looks like he's going to head over to the Velt Cave.
Which
Sonic the Jester forgetting his YNPC remove. I know, it's been a long seed for all of us.
Which we know that the Vault Cave has Doom.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see the reward here. in
Well, it's
Zozo,
an
finally.
it's an Esper, but yeah, you're right.
Esper.
Nobody War. Yeah, we did see the boss, right? We saw the boss earlier because Drinks Glue did this, but we didn't see the rewards. So this is some big information here.
PM Stalker is very easy.
Goku, your old man could be up here.
Oh, up on Zozo.
Yeah.
Yeah. This will be new information for us. Level 55 on that Edgar.
Yeah.
Is he going
wanna-
back
we
in?
don't-
He's not hunting the other one first before he goes back in. That's interesting. I would have looked for the fourth before I came back in.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. That's bad.
This
bad.
is yeah
That
yeah
sucks.
no yeah no.
Yeah,
this is-
you don't want to.
This ain't it, Chief. Or maybe
You don't want a YNPC remove this one. 'Cause
oh,
you
did
can.
he? Wait. He didn't check the Atmos spot, did he?
No, he did.
He did. This is why he brought his main party to the second spot.
Maybe he thinks that gold dragon counts
Counted.
as two.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They were talking about it beforehand, though. I think he knows.
I hope so.
Alright. What's this gonna
Moment
be?
of truth here.
Oh no, he didn't take this.
It's Celeste.
Hey.
Maybe Celeste will lead into Rego.
Well, we know that the Magitech factory doesn't have our character, right? We already saw that. And we already saw that the Magitech factory doesn't have any dragons.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see Magitech Factory.
Oh no. Oh, no. This is objectively the right play, right? There's 4 bosses in here, so there's 4 chances of dragons, but you just feel bad for Sonic at this point.
So behind.
Alright, so Blue's got to skip now for when he comes back in for the Storm Dragon. So he's got to go hunt one dragon now. That probably wasn't bad coming in to do that.
So was that his second dragon? I missed that.
He's at 2 now, yeah.
Okay. I didn't remember where the red dragon was, if it was here or if it was at the Atma weapon spot, right?
He knew it was there. He didn't take the fight. He reset out of it before he took the Inferno fight and went through the tower.
Okay. All right, so
it's
Glue
lead
is looking
time,
for his.
or it's he's got to go to Zozo. Got to go back to Zozo.
Yep. So I was correct that our character was at Zozo. I just didn't get the character correct. I thought we were gonna get Setzer.
I would have loved our next character being at Leet River.
I mean, it's still possible, right? Oh,
Fair.
Glue didn't do this either. Oh God.
Are we so behind right now? We're at 121
This is just
so far.
bad check to take, I think, at this point. Well, unless he nopes out of this because it's not a character.
The problem is
He
that
wants
there's
to go
two
down and he
there's
wants to
two
take the boss,
possibilities for
yeah.
a dragon down here.
Yeah,
This check is just so long.
right.
But his other options are go back to Zozo where he already was, or do Leet River, or do Sealed Gate Cave. And Sealed Gate Cave is kind of long.
For
Although
the
if you
boss
don't,
option,
if you
yeah.
although if you don't check any chests, it's really not that bad. But as you mentioned, nobody war. Yeah, there's no boss there, and what we're looking for now is a dragon. Jexvarok, meanwhile, making the sequence break into Magitech Factory. He is not going to find his 4th dragon here, and he is not going to find another character in here either. I'm gonna keep counting espers, I think, but checks for the top 2 runners since we got to 24. I think we're okay. I can stop paying attention to that now. So, welcome in, Oregon Dude. To recap, we're we're an hour and 22 minutes into the seed.
100, huh?
We're almost 100 minutes into the seed. We're getting there. And in order to get our Kefka Tower, or unlocking a final Kefka here, we need to find 4 dragons. The problem is that the dragons have been mixed in with the bosses throughout the world, so we don't know where our dragons are. And so far, Jexvarok is in, I guess, the advantage with 3 of 4 dragons, because 3 of them were actually in Kefka's Tower, and he was our first runner in Kefka's Tower before he got his KT unlock requirement of espers and items, or espers and characters.
We're looking for that one dragon that's left. And if Jexrock can find it, we'll be in go mode.
Yep. Yeah, so Kegalis in chat saying, based on the pics above, this flag set is estimated to be very easy. I mean, to be fair, outside of like a potential Doom Gaze level 5 Doom wipe, our runners haven't fought anything all that challenging. Early in the seed was a bit rough because we didn't have a lot of offense, but nothing at this point in the seed is going to challenge us at all with the levels that we have.
There's that Ifrit Esper. Unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing a dragon down here in Magic Factory.
Yeah, like I said, I think this is objectively the right play because of how many bosses are in here. It just sucks that there aren't any dragons in here.
We are getting very high level.
Think we'll break 70? Somebody's going to break 70 with an egg on.
Yeah. We've got, not only do we have an experience egg, but we also have increased rewards. So our experience multiplier is higher than normal.
Are we going to hit level 99?
I was going to say, I will buy somebody a beer if somebody hits 99. I will Venmo you right now.
Just not drinks glue, because he forgot his Venmo password. Oh, that's going to be the greatest Worlds recurring joke. Oh, man. All right.
I see it! I see it!
We're doing it!
We're doing it! We're doing the river!
Get your paddles out, ladies and gentlemen. We're going up the river. Actually, this is a good time to talk about this here with you guys. We made some changes with the 1.4 version of Worlds Collide. Yes, we still actively update this game. And Leet River, I think, is a lot more manageable now, with only having either 4 or 5. I think it's only 4 forced encounters and 2 save points. It's still a bit on the longer side as a check, but it's nowhere near as bad with the updates that they made to it. What are your thoughts, Goku? Have you done Leet River since the update?
No.
Okay. Nobody War, have you done the Leet River since the update?
Yeah. I think the big other thing, too, that you didn't mention is the NPC formations, or the battle formations are, like, pre-selected. Mm-hmm. They're not randomized like they previously were.
They're normalized across the seed, basically.
Right.
So everybody is going to get the same fights, whereas before it was not guaranteed.
Yeah, it still ran off of in-game RNG.
Another big thing from that update was the hidden cave got a big RNG, less heavy.
Yeah, now we get teleport coral, which is much better.
Yeah, you have a 50. I think it's a 50 chance of you going straight to the chest, and I think it's 50% for the save room.
It's 50% to the boss, 25 to the entrance, and 25 to the save room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember
There was a third option in there, yeah. Alright, so Sonic the Jester is... Where is he going? Oh, Welk.
He's gonna take. Oh no, is he? He's in World of Ruin. He's gonna take Tritok and the Dragon up here, maybe.
Oh, he's
No, this is the World of
Oh,
Balance.
okay.
Yeah, he hasn't seen Welk yet.
Chad.
I mean, to be fair,
All right, it's
Boss
river
would bring
time.
that-
Oh, buddy.
Hey!
Hello!
Jackpot!
Hey,
We
now.
have just found the last dragon, and it was Leet River required. Let's
Yikes.
go!
Yikes. Alright, so now we're in no mode, as in we know what we have to do to get to go mode, is Leet River, and then there is a Storm Dragon in Kefka's Tower that Drinks Glue knows about but hasn't beaten yet. So, a nice one-shot there of the White Dragon.
Yeah, that Sword Tech 7 does big damage.
Gao's got 8,800 HP. Gotta love it.
But it's luck! We don't even care what he's got right now.
Yeah, so it looks like there's multiple paths through this seed, right? You could get Celeste at Zozo Tower or Locke at Leet River. It's too bad it was very linear up until that point. But Drinks Glue is now in, I gotta go back into Kefka's Tower and beat my last dragon mode.
Yeah, so with that, Jaxfrox has been moved out of the lead, and
Yeah.
Drink Blue has been put into the lead.
So Drinks Glue does have Kefka Tower skip, so he's gonna be able to just go right up to that dragon and kill it. You just gotta remember what side it's on. Oh, he also has to kill the boss on the other side too, right?
I believe he already
Kid and
killed-
Kefka. Yeah.
Yeah. Kefka, Nurse, Kefka, yeah.
Alright, so Sonic the Jester is heading up to Tritok, which is the gold dragon, which I think he's already fought. Am I right about that?
Yeah, no, actually, no.
No, because he didn't get all the way to the Poltergeist spot, that's right.
Yeah.
So this will be a new dragon for him. Unfortunately, it's one that we're already going to fight in Kefka's Tower, so... Gao cranking out 20,000 damage a turn.
I had to guess from what Locke has by that menu, I would assume he has got X Magic.
Yeah, it's either X Magic or Dance, maybe?
No, we would have
No.
Dance.
Yeah.
Hey,
Alright.
guess what? We get Magic Power and we get, Speed.
Yeah, so that's Kefka Tower unlocked there for Drinks Glue, our first runner in Go mode. 1 hour, 30 minutes.
Yeah, surprisingly, we didn't actually... We got a Gao to 8,000 HP, but...
We didn't get to 70, Nobody War. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it's all good.
We didn't get anyone to level 99 either.
No, that's not gonna happen.
It might have happened.
The amount of XP you have to get after you get to like level 60 or 70 is just obscene.
Hey, you got an experience egg. At least get someone now. That high level.
Alright, Drinks Glue easily dispatches of, but we have Kefka at home, and he's gonna go up against actual Kefka now. Normally we play a guessing game of how long you think this Kefka fight's gonna last.
I don't think we're gonna have to play that game this time.
I think we better get our guesses in now, otherwise we won't be able to. I'm gonna say 6 minutes and 57 seconds. What do you think, Goku?
I mean, I'm gonna go 5:30.
5:30. I think there's like, you have to remember that there is also transition times that are all static.
Yeah, but I've seen Kefka fights that have been that short. I literally have. So it's doable to get 530.
Yeah, I don't remember how long the transitions are. I want to say that they're 20 seconds maybe each, and there's 4 of them. 1, 2. No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's 3 of them.
So that's a minute if you're going by that.
They're either 20 or 30 seconds each. I don't. Well, listen, we've got nothing better to do, right? It's a Tuesday night. Let's count them off. So get your guesses in chat. We'll close out the guesses at the end of tier 1. I went with 657, right? That was my guess.
Oh, drinks, Lou, you did me dirty.
132.42 is when we're starting. Thank you, Nobody War.
Oh, drinks, Lou, you did me dirty, putting her on the bench. I'm gonna have a talk with you after this,
Who did you put on the bench?
Kara.
I mean, we got Terra so late, it doesn't surprise me that she's not one of the 4 characters here.
I know, but the thing is, put Locke on there, on there versus Kara, who had better commands.
Yeah, 9,999 HP for Gal. Yeah, and Jexvarok getting excited that he found a dragon, but unfortunately, he's already fought this dragon. So he's going to have to go find another dragon somewhere else. Cyan, I think, just has a stunner and is still doing like 3,500 damage.
Well, there goes tier 1.
Minute and 5 for tier 1.
Goodness.
5 what?
Seconds.
Yeah, that's actually crazy. Alright, so let's see how long this transition is. It was actually shorter than I thought.
How short was it?
It was less than 20 seconds. It was probably like 15 or 16 seconds.
We got Siren, we've got Cleave. This fight's not gonna last very long.
Yeah, Siren will mute magic, Cleave will take care of tools, and then we just... I mean, Gao is doing 20,000 damage a turn with Sword Tech 7. So there's that. Meanwhile, other 2 runners have to try and find this last dragon. We know that there is a dragon at Leet River.
You could do a different strategy with... he's got a Cyan with a stunner. He could also attack it with it and try to stop hit.
Yeah, hit is susceptible to stop in case, you really need to do that. Hit doesn't really do very much until his death counter, but that's certainly something you can do. Mod swinging that Illumina.
It is more of an annoyance than anything.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Jexy is making the power play here. Fanatic's Tower without Strago. Let's go.
Let's see what ends up happening. Yeah, Hit is now dead, by the way.
Yeah, this fight's not going to last that long.
Yeah, goodbye, Hit. Oh, and we're not gonna... Ow. Healing that much with health at this point? It must be pretty high level here.
Oh, an ice shield in that chest. Hello.
I imagine magic is now dead. That was Sortech 7 all going on magic.
Oh no, it's another red dragon.
Wow.
Oh no.
Move on to tier 3.
Fanatic's Tower with our second red dragon of the seed. Oh my goodness.
So, to be fair, that Ice Cube did do quad 9s.
Yeah, at these levels, even a level 2 spell is going to do a lot of damage to a boss weakness. As Sonic the Jester takes out Haydn, so it looks like he's going to go through the tower from Team 3's perspective. So he will come across a dragon at the very top of Poltergeist, but he's already fought the gold dragon at the Tritox spot, which is
Okay,
rather
we have to
unfortunate.
pray that no. Gal, can you not?
Is Gao not hitting girl?
No, he did Sword Tech 7, and not one of those hits hit her.
It's fine.
Alright. Well, now girl's dead, and we're going Phantom strats here. Yeah, because Gao's doing 20k a turn. So do Phantom, queue up Gao, and oh no, a travesty.
Merton came out.
So Merton will negate that Phantom status, and Drinks Glue is gonna have to pray to the Orange Jesus for this calmness here. Oh,
Bye,
Cyan
Cyan.
goes down.
Oh, the kid with the block.
Oh,
Yes!
So clutch.
Wow. Wow.
Clutch
Wow.
Gal!
Love
Clutch
to see
Gal.
it.
Dude, if Gal went down, then that would have been a travesty. Oh no, it's a fucking disaster. Anyway. Alright, so Cyan goes down. Arguably, I think if Glue had one character that he didn't mind losing, I think it would be him.
Kefka comes down from the heavens. Are we in the heavens, or is he coming down from above them?
Probably above him.
Like, are we above the heavens, or is he above them?
Oh no, and it's hiding at the top of Fanatic's tower. Yeah, so Jexy just resetting out of the whole thing there.
I doubt this. Oh, we had a Lumina swing.
There's the proc.
Oh, this fight's over. This
Yeah,
fight is
one more go from Gao and we're done here.
Yeah, we're done.
There it is. The flash, the crack, the pow. 1:39:30 is your time for Drinks Glue. Get your GGs out in chat. So what is that difference there? That is 6 minutes and 58 seconds. Oh my god. I was 1 second off.
Wow.
Hey, even you didn't get it right.
That's crazy. Super duper close with that one. All told, 139, that seed felt like it took forever, but 139 is not that long.
No, it isn't. Not for what the kind of seed it was. And we are joined by Drinks Boo, GG's, and I hate the fact you put Terra on the bench.
Well, hello to you too, Goku. Hi, how you doing?
I have a bone to pick with you. You put Locke on there, but no, not Terra.
Oh, it was 648. I'm sorry, my math sucks.
Well, I was when I'm level 60. I'm more concerned with where the dragons are and not who the fourth character is going to be.
No, I'm talking about when you went into Final Kefka.
Oh,
You put
I
every character on there except for Terra.
I apologize, but she still defaults to the last one.
No.
was
Not
thinking-
if you hit end. No, if you press
No, yeah.
start. If you press start, yeah. But
No,
not
it
if you press end.
It doesn't matter. Whoever
Yeah,
is, yeah. It just randomizes who you don't put in the pecking order.
It's not if you
So-
press
So we'll put them in the order that they're listed on the list. If you don't put them in the list,
You know,
Yeah.
you could also press start. You want to do that same thing, I guess.
so how many dragons is Jexrox and Sonic up to?
Oh,
Jex has 2 repeats so far.
Oh, so he went to Sealed Gate.
No.
No.
No, he's doing
Uh,
Zozo
no.
now, which he's not going to get anything good. He needs to do Leet.
we saw
Elite is the key.
we saw a second red dragon in Fanatic's Tower.
Oh,
Yeah, Fanatic's Tower had a second red dragon. Kefka's Tower had a second gold dragon, which you already saw, right? And so, what was your sort of approach to this seed, where you know that you're going to have to find dragons somewhere?
well, obviously at the point, or at the start, excuse me, my thought process was find any way to do damage because I am going to spend a lot of time resetting out of things towards the end. So I really don't need to loot because I'm going to be so strong it doesn't matter. So the start was just get levels, get strong. Unfortunately, I didn't find a high tier offense. Well, Pearl Lance is nice. I don't know if y'all have ever seen me take the Pearl Lance over whatever was the other option. At
You
Lone Wolf.
weren't the only one, which was an interesting choice, but I understood it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's an Esper, it doesn't matter because you're going to end up with 9 Espers some way somehow.
Mm-hmm.
The only other thing you're banking is hope it's an Illumina or Ragnarok, and then you just take the guaranteed offense. That way you don't have to reset out and do it again.
Yeah, just want to point out that if you had gone to Zozo, you would have been rewarded with a Celeste.
Well, I went there earlier to boss check. I
Yeah.
didn't. Once I found,
Did you not realize that you couldn't get the reward without Terra, or that was a?
I was just like, and it was kind of like I don't know, like you're going through the motions, like oh yeah, I go through the door, like oh yeah,
Yeah.
I need to go
But
down and do the other side.
there is a serious question I want to ask, and that's
Sure.
the once you got Cyan, you did not like once you done the whole trench and stuff,
Uh-huh.
you didn't go with to Cyan's dream near the very start. You waited for a while. What was
Well,
your thinking on that?
I was level 12 and scaling was like 2 or 3 behind me. And I don't know if you saw me go through that trench. I was swinging a striker with Edgar, doing sword tech 1, and I don't think I had fire 2 at that point. So I was just really not getting through it fast. So my concern was I go through Doma Dream. I really wanted to go to Magitech earlier than what I did, but my concern was if I go there with just a striker and sword tech 1, it very, very easily can get walled and have a time sink. So that's why I started checking more shops. I just tried to find some more offense, and luckily I found a flame shield and a bucket, and that was good enough.
Yeah, you found a couple of rods, found the flame shield in a shop as well. That totally makes sense. You don't want to, because, at least with Magitech Factory, you could warp out before 3. You're stuck in Cyan's Dream if you can't beat that second boss, right? So.
Yeah, even if you do the first one and you just barely beat it, it's a real sticky situation. So ideally, you do multi-part checks when you have some solid offense. It's really risky to just go straight there when you're throwing water balloons at things.
Oh, and no dragon at the other opera house in the World of Balance. We saw our runners checking the World of Ruin opera house. It is a flying MC Hammerpants dancer, though.
Yeah, yeah, our old daddy Luma.
But yeah, so your strategy, totally made sense. Was there points in the seed where you felt either ahead or behind, or was it sort of impossible to tell because of the dragons?
I was worried I was behind, but once I went through Kefka's tower and saw the red dragon,
Whoops.
the storm dragon at the very end, and realizing that I could only go to Elite or Sealed Gate and get a character and go through there, I realized that you were walled up to that point. And you know what really goes to Elite? An hour and 10 minutes into the seed for no reason.
No.
I was a little worried up until that point. But once I got there, I had figured out that there's a decent chance either they were tied with me or they were just about to go into the tower to search for more dragons.
Yeah, so the thing is, Jexrock went into KT early and fought the Storm Dragon and the Red Dragon and the Gold Dragon, whereas you kind of waited a little bit more.
Yeah. Once I found the one dragon, the gold dragon at Tritalk, my plan was to go through there, peek every possible boss, that's in there, and then if it's not on my main party, you just come back to it.
Jax is doing lead.
So that way,
Oh yeah, there we go.
so that
Oh,
way
they're both
you're
doing
not
it.
running around.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go
Oh
ahead.
wow, so we got a race here.
This is nice.
Sorry, go ahead.
But basically, what you do, my plan was get in there, figure out how many I need to find on the outside world, and then once I realize I need to get one more, I just go find that one more, which have to be elite. Then I can go back and. So that way, if you're searching around for 4, you have to do elite then plus more. But now that you've scummed it and checked it, you know you can go back in and your 4 is waiting for you.
In the very beginning, Sonic the Jester actually took the Magus Rod over the Esper.
Because I think maybe to Glue's point, right? You said that you wanted to take the Pearl Lance because you knew it was offense. I think maybe, since this is a Dragon Hunt, we knew we were going to have to find. We were going to get our Espers and characters before we were going to get our Dragons. So maybe that was the thinking there.
Yeah, but I was just thinking, we want the Espers, at least at the beginning.
I mean, not necessarily. You increase scaling, and if that Esper has pretty crappy spells on it, then it doesn't really help you.
But I believe it also increases the experience as well.
That is true. That's always that risk-reward thing.
Yeah, so I tend to, most of the time, go for that risk-reward rather than not. I'm a very risky type of player, so that's just what I go for.
Yeah, Glue, with your opening, it seemed that you avoided, I think, most of the free checks early on. I don't think you bought to Zen Thief that early.
No, I bought Zen Thief because you started off with.
Oh, you bought it early. I'm sorry.
I didn't do the Narish Water Ruin weapon shop because there's not going to be a dragon there, and again, I don't need 14 Espers.
Right.
And by the time I had made it there, there's really nothing there that would have made anything go faster, so it just would have been a 10-second time loss.
Yeah. Had it probably been a better item choice at the Narsh weapon shop, it might have made a difference, but the item choice wasn't very good either.
At that point, I could when I went up there to do the Tritalk spot, I could have cherry picked what do I want to be there, and the only thing I would have picked was a Dragon Horn. So I go, you don't go there for a 1 in 33 chance for a Dragon Horn.
Nope.
I don't think. So Jexrock has not at all done the dream yet.
Correct.
You won't have to.
Yeah. I mean, I would have rushed there right away after getting Cyan at the Velt. Well, first do your Serpent Trench to get your levels, right? But then do Dream to get your sword tech. I understand, I understand the point about being worried about getting walled in there, though.
Jexrock got a 4 leapfrog formation at the very start, made it all the way to level 11 before going to Serpent Trench.
Nice. So Celeste was at Sealed Gate then?
No, Celeste was at Zozo.
Oh, that's right, because I got Terra.
Yeah, and so far, right, Opera House was an Esper, and everything in Magitech was Esper, so we haven't seen the South Figaro prisoner spot, but Celeste might have been just a red herring in the seed.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go through the seed after we're
done.
And no, I'm serious. I'm going to go through the seed, and I'm going to check it for you. Because I'm curious, too.
There you go.
Jexrox already did all of the bosses inside Kefka's tower.
Yes, he did everything.
And Sonic just has to skip. He has to go through again.
He has no idea if there's a dragon in KT or not. He only has 3.
Oh, he's banking that there is one. Oh, he's going to do the clear now to see if there's one. I see. So Jexrox, while they appear tied, he has a lot more insider information.
Jexrock has already cleared out all of Kefka's tower except for the Doom statue spot. So that's why he's got 4 people in his left party here. Yeah, this is a huge gamble because... Oh no, maybe Sonic did peek this before, right? Because you could peek what these 2 bosses were. So maybe he knows that my 4th dragon is over there on that one side. Because he did clear out the middle. Or did he not? I don't remember. Now I'm confused. Because if he didn't, then this is a huge gamble because you can only use the skip once. Anyway, Glue, while we have you around here, you got anything else you want to discuss about this seed or life in general? How's Ultras League going for you?
Oh, it's going pretty well, and first place in the first week always feels pretty good, and then hopefully it happens again.
Is that going to make you take more risks or less risks going forward?
I have a solid plan that I did for my tonic season, and it's just play it a little safe the first couple of weeks, see what happens, and then I'll get super crazy. I'm always capable of crazy things, but I'll tone it down just in the interest of not blowing it up.
Fair enough. Well, I think Jex Varrock has his Edgar up to level 66, so I think that's our high so far. I don't know if Sonic the Jester has any higher levels.
This is still close. When Sonic gets this will be his 4th.
Yep.
He's only a few, maybe seconds behind him. Minute and a half.
Yeah, because he just has to do one more statue.
No, he did it now.
He did. Yeah, he there. I think they're at the same spot. I don't know if they have to
Or
clear
did he not
the
do
middle too.
mid?
I don't know if he did mid or not yet. So Glue, you will be racing tomorrow, I think, correct? On Restream?
Yeah, we also got PB and J, and I think it was Anwar. Let me double check. The wrong room, excuse me.
Yeah, so taking a look at the standings here, PB&J is in second place with 6 points, and Andwearer did place in 7th in your first round race, but Ultras League is a week-to-week thing. Anybody can win any week race at any time, right? So it's always fun to see what type of shenanigans gets on. So tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, one of the speed gaming networks. If you're in our Discord, you will definitely get an announcement about it when it is happening. I don't know exactly when or exactly which channel yet because they don't decide those things until day of. But that should at least be a fun race. It'll be our first Ultras League restream on speed gaming. And okay, I do have an update. Channel was already decided. We're on speed gaming 2 tomorrow. Unless something changes, so 8 p.m. Eastern, Speed Gaming 2. We're going to be watching a Potion D's Week 2 seed, a sync race between 3 of their runners, and it looks like we got a race for second place here, folks. So this should be tight. Hang on to your seat. I know you paid for the whole thing, but you only need the edge right now. Let's go.
The third person is Lunar Chimera.
Oh, okay.
So very nice.
All right. Anything else you want to plug? Goku, you got any other questions for Drinks Glue? Sorry.
Not really. Just thank you for running, and we all appreciate you and your runs.
Oh, thank you. And I got a word of advice for everybody in the chat. If y'all would like to come check us out, we just saw the link for the Discord. Come join. We'd love to have you. And another follow-up piece of advice: if a guy named Jexrock starts inviting you to drafts, just say no.
Listen, you guys picked this, okay? It's like, yes, I rolled the seed, but you guys picked all this stuff.
Well, I think I told you this earlier, but it's the second week in a row we did a draft and it turned into a dragon hunt. So,
Yep, that is what it is, you know? That's what happens sometimes. So.
Yeah, and Dexrock is the first out of both of them to be on tier 2.
Yeah, he started this looking at the chat. Thank you, Nobody War, for timing it about 33 seconds ahead. So that's the difference here. Anyway, Drinkslu, thanks for volunteering to race. Can't have the races without the runners. And oh my god, 9,000 damage from Gauss Stunner. Jeez. I will.
I saw a level 74 on Sonic.
Okay, there we go. That's your level cap. So yeah, I will catch you tomorrow. I will be setting up the restream. So good luck in your race tomorrow as well.
Thank you guys, and y'all have a good night.
All right, you too.
Yeah.
Okay, just 33 seconds separated our runners at the beginning, and now they are both on tier 2. And unfortunately for Jexarok, 3/4 of his party is frozen here. This is definitely going to slow him down a lot. Whereas Sonic the Jester, although he's just starting tier 2 now with the mute, all of his characters can actually take turns. So we'll see if he can catch up here. Nice. Doom on the first try as well. Gotta love it. I don't know if Cyan learned any fire spells. He's just going to have to go at it himself here. Which is usually not a good thing. Although it does look like they picked up some Ragnaroks in the interim, because I see both Cyan and Edgar swinging them from different respective parties. Jexarok pulls ahead here, getting up to tier 3 first. Although Magic is now dead for Sonic. So I think he just has hit left.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be right behind him here. There's the 10 hits. Oh no. And Mog and Gao are still frozen. This could be a problem, because if they were supposed to unthaw while the transition happened, then they might be stuck in the frozen state forever. But thankfully, it looks like they got out there. Whew. That's how the morph glitch happens, or the permamorph.
Wouldn't it unthaw them if you knocked them out? Even after it happened?
Yeah, if you kill them and bring them back, you'll be fine. But the problem is, like, the game thinks that it already cleared the indicator, but the indicator was never cleared because of the tier transition. So that's how you get things like the permamorph glitch and others. And Sonic the Jester here putting on the Fenrir. Here comes Calm This Out from Jexarok. Oh, that was something we forgot to ask Glue about. Glue, if you're still in the in the chat, how about that Phantom Merton thing? That at least Cyan was the one that got killed. He was the one that was doing the least amount for your party, I think. All right, so here comes Train for Sonic. That means that he's under 10,000 HP on this tier. So Gao should finish this off, and we'll be on to Final Kefka. Not a lot separating these runners here, Goku.
Yeah.
All right, 120-20 is the start of Kefka for Jexarok here. Looks like he's going to do some quick strats to pause the ATB. If he does over 30,000 damage in this first turn, he will skip out on the Fallen one. And with the Atma weapon doing quad 9s, he certainly will be doing that for sure. All right, let's see. So it is about the same 33 second, or now it's like 35 seconds, 38 second difference between our two runners here. Jexarok still in a lead here. And I think this is going to be it with this Gao doing 20k per turn here. Boom, shakalaka. That is GG's for Jexarok. Tell him you said congratulations on his finish. What is his official time here? I will get it in just a second. 2:01:17. Oop, I'm typing in the wrong person's thing there.
GG.
Hey, GG. I think this is Sonic the Jester done as well. There it is, 201.47, a 30-second difference in the, or 201.46 rather. So 29-second difference in the fight after a 35-second difference to start. So Sonic made up a little bit of time, but it wasn't enough to keep Jexfarok in from second place. GG's.
GG's.
So yeah, how about them repeat dragons, huh?
I knew it was a possibility. I got to sit here and suffer the consequences of my own actions because it was my idea to pick random bosses.
Hey, it's whatever works for you, right?
I definitely enjoyed this seed. It brings RNG into a much bigger factor with this kind of race, rather than because you got to sit there and think, all right, what's this boss fight gonna bring me here? And eventually you get to a point where it's just like, all right, if this is a peekable check, if it's an Esper, we'll peek the boss. If it's not a dragon, reset.
Yeah, a lot of resetting
And move
going
to
on.
next.
We're also joined by our third place finisher, Sonic the Jester. Congratulations on getting through this slog. GG's.
Hey, thanks so much. It was a lot of fun.
GG's.
I know it's Jex's favorite, so.
Yeah, so not only did we have random dragon placements, we also had random boss ability scaling, which always becomes an interesting option in this one here. So we asked Jex's initial thoughts on the seed. We'll ask you, Sonic, what are your initial thoughts on what you had just played there?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I've done this with Jex before, except with Elder Worms on, which makes it just that much more difficult.
Yuck.
I mean, I think I plotted it really well, except I completely forgot to split my party up when I first went into Kefka's tower to do the dragon search, and I couldn't explore the right side, and I was just kind of like, oh, I bet they're over there too, and it totally was the storm dragon, so kind of bit me in the butt a little bit later.
Yeah, Jexfarok, as soon as you got your fifth character, it seemed like you went into Kefka's tower to scope out all of the bosses in the tower. Was that your plan from the start of the seed?
Yeah,
Yes.
a few weeks ago, Jex and I talked about that strategy, so I was like, oh, I bet you he's gonna do it, so I should do it too.
Yep, totally did it.
And there were three. We were having a great time here in the commentary booth while Sonic and Drinks Glue were just going through the seed as normal. We're just laughing hysterically, going, "Oh God, there are 3 dragons in Kefka's tower."
And then Leet River having the last dragon, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep, Lee was my last.
Yeah, that was my third. I thought about doing Elite early, and I was like, you know what? I bet you it's not going to be a dragon. And then later I was like, you know what? I bet you it is the dragon.
Yeah, at that point, you're either looking for characters or dragons, right? So you got to just go into the checks that you can have both.
Yeah, I that thought didn't even occur to me until like 40 minutes. I was like, wait a minute. I'm at like 12 Espers. Like, I need to stop. They all had bad abilities and bonuses too, so I was just like, let me just keep trucking, find these dragons.
Yeah, so I think
I was happy to find Quick Spell.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That made Final Kefka. Final Kefka didn't even get an action against me. Tier 4.
No, well, when you have Gao doing 20k a turn, right?
Yeah. Well, actually,
and
he
Atma
did
weapon,
40K.
right? Yeah.
Gao did 40.
Yeah, so he did 40 altogether, 20 per turn, right? Yeah.
Did anybody find the ice dragon or the skull dragon anywhere, or the dirt dragon?
No, the only other dragon...
So they were hidden deep.
Yeah, the only other dragon that was potentially in play was Jexfarok had the red dragon in Fanatic's tower. So that was another duplicate dragon that showed up.
Oh, gotcha. Because I found the red dragon. That was my first one.
Yeah.
Don't forget,
Right.
I also found a second gold dragon.
Yeah, I think everybody found the second gold dragon in Tritalk.
See, I found that was my first dragon was Tritok, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, awesome. And then I found the red dragon. I can't remember where. I think that was when I first went into the tower.
That's correct. Yeah, it was at the Atmos spot.
And then I thought about going to Fanatics just to run to the dragon spot, and I'm so glad I didn't.
It is kind of a hike to get up there, though. So going back to the very beginning of the seed, it was sort of a different strategy between the two of you. Jex, you spent a bit more time in the shops and doing some grind fights. Was that, just as a result of having 100,000 GP off the start and, trying to get some levels underneath you to go find those dragons?
I was looking for two things in those shops. Two things. One of them of which I did not find. One was dried meat, which I needed.
Yep.
Well, actually, no, I did not need dried meat because Shadow was accessible.
No, Cyan, you got railroaded into Velt because Shadow was behind Cyan at Mount Zozo. So
right, but we had Y remove.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true. You could have gotten him with Y remove. Yep.
So yeah, I was looking for meat, and the other one was dragon horn.
Okay. Yeah,
I couldn't find a dragon horn
any
anywhere.
dragon horns either. And you guys also took down a lot of dragons, which dropped those high tier items, but there's only a very slim chance.
I got
of
nothing.
getting
Even the Illumina, no one could use. Where'd you find the Atma weapon?
it was in the chest somewhere.
It was
Yeah,
in the
I also-
chest,
but-
in Returners, and Bannon's room.
Oh, gotcha.
Finding that.
Yeah, I
dragon
totally
horn
didn't check that.
Was so nice because
It was,
It made Cyan useful.
Did
thought
anybody
that's-
find the offering?
No, I think
No.
Jex checked a couple of the Monsterna boxes in the Edgar stuff and didn't find anything. Sonic, you had a bit of a different approach. Yours was let's do Velt, then let's do Serpent Trench. Did you think after Serpent Trench, let's go do Cyan's Dream to get Sword Tech unlocked, or were you still worried
I
about
did.
your team's power?
I did, but again, I wanted a few more levels before I went in the dream, just in case I ran into somebody I couldn't quite handle yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah, because some of
almost.
those fights are taking a while for you. Like that Ultros Chupon fight took
Oh,
it took forever for both you and Drinks Glue because you guys didn't have much at that point.
yeah, because I knew I couldn't use the fire rods on him, and I was blanking on whether or not the pearl rod, if it would null. I couldn't remember if the
Pearl
coupon
Rod
nullified
would work.
pearl.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to use the pearl rod, so I was like, let me just flog this out. I know I won't die, so I was like, let's
Right.
just get it through. But after
Yep.
that, I felt comfortable enough.
So Drinks Glue, question for Jex Rock. What are your thoughts on cookies? Like cookies in general, like website cookies?
I got a box of Chips Ahoy Reese's cookies.
Delish. Goku, you got any questions for our runners here?
No, just thank you for running. You can't have a restream without runners.
Hey, thanks for all your hard work. It's much appreciated.
I mean, we were just talking.
Yeah.
There's not
Oh, you're
much.
doing a lot more than that, though.
We're laughing at your expense. That's basically what was happening this seed, really. Like how ridiculously
Quality
buried these dragons were. So yeah, thank you, Sonic. Thank you, Jex Rock, for volunteering to be on stream. Can't have the races without the runners. Sonic, you got any final thoughts for us here?
No, just again, thanks for everything, and one day we'll beat Glue.
Listen, anybody can win any race at any time. I'm a big believer in that, so that's for sure. Thanks again. And Jex Rock, you got anything else for us?
Of course I do. Anybody here that is new to Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide, please come join us in our Discord. You can find a link at ff6worldscollide.com. There's a link to our Discord. Come join our community. We have a bunch of lovely people that would be willing to help you out, learn this Fantastic randomizer. Also, give our restream team and our runners a follow. GG's, and thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, echo that sentiment as well. Thank you, Jex for Rock. Thanks, Goku, for doing commentary with me. Thank you as well to Nobody War for pushing all the buttons behind the scenes and clicking all the beepity bops. Thank you so much for doing that. Appreciate it. And big point of advice: don't draft with guys named Jex for Rock. That's what Glue says.
Suffer the consequences of my actions.
GG,
everyone. I'll see you all around.
Thanks.
Have a
GG,
great night.
Jexy. We got anything else here, Goku, or do we want to sign off now?
No, I think everything got answered.
Awesome. Well, I certainly had a lot of fun laughing and hanging out and commiserating at our runner's expense here. And this is just one of the ways that you could play Worlds Collide. There's plenty of them. ff6worldscollide.com. Generate your own seeds, make your own disgustingness. We're all down and we're here for it. So again, thank you, Goku, for comms. Thank you, Nobody War, for restreaming and for putting the race together. You were just like, hey, I could broadcast tonight, and some people showed up. That was fun.
I might be around Thursday too, so let's
hey, there you go.
Get a raid going here. Let's raid Fred.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, let's get a raid going, and thank you so much for hanging out with us for a little bit, and we'll catch you all in the next one. See you later now.
Peace.